2 hours, 2 hours or 120 minutes is what you need every single week, if you want your relationship to prosper. I'm not talking about the people who are dating. I'm talking about husbands and wives. You understand? You're in a marriage. So you don't scream all over the place, oh, I've been scammed. All you need is 2 hours, 120 minutes, and it will change your marital life. It will change your marriage life. My name is Getrude Mungai. I'm a lifestyle designer on sex and relationship. And this is Marriage is a Scam with a cherry on top. I know we are busy. There's so many things to be done. Kids come, they grow up. You have all these school visits, drops, pickups for your kids, and so many other things. A lot more responsibilities, and that's when they start growing apart. Yeah, and that's when you're in a marriage, but you feel lonely. Do you know how many people who are feeling so lonely and yet they are married? They have their partners day in, day out. They sleep in the same bed, yet they feel so lonely. Or they disconnect. If you don't want this happening to you, you need to, it's not even a sacrifice, it's a requirement. You understand? You need to allocate 2 good hours in a week. And I would prefer if you have the 2 hours continuously. Many people say, no, we have our 1 hour in a week where we touch base and we are good to go. Let me explain to you why 1 hour may not actually be workable, or it may not improve, or it may not solve what you're trying to do, the problem you're trying to solve right now. So in just an hour, you have barely warmed up, you have barely opened up, you have barely spoken about your week, because this is supposed to be a weekly thing. And let me tell you something, it's got nothing to do with your date night. This is not even a sexual activity. It's not part of your sex play. This is just a very good 2 hour every single week. Put aside. And it has to be communicated. It has to be very intentional. So when you both come into these 2 hours in a week, everybody knows what they're supposed to do. I know you're just touching base. And that's why I'm insisting on 2 hours. Why 2 hours? Like I was trying to explain, just 1 hour is not enough. Because this is a place or space where you're supposed to talk about your week, your plans, the coming week, the other week, even if you've talked about, maybe you're planning on doing something the coming week, and now you've actually actualized it, you have done whatever it is you needed to do, and you need to talk about it with your partner. And this will apply even better to couples who both have busy schedules. You have helpers at home who are helping you with your kids. You even have drivers who are dropping you in school. I wish more parents would pick up that responsibility, but yes, I understand to some parents it's not possible. It's actually your work may not be allowed, and you find other ways to spend time with your children. But I'm talking about your spouse here. You both have busy schedules, and sometimes you both travel. If you want the fire to keep burning in your relationship, if you want the connection to be stronger in your relationship, if you want to cultivate your friendship in this relationship, then you need to give each other 2 hours a week. You talk about your day, your plans, even talk about your kids generally. You make plans for the holiday. If you guys are the kind of people who take holidays, you make plans for, you actually put your heads together when it comes to discipline actions with your kids. If there's a bit of extended family interference in your relationship, you use these 2 hours to sort out all these issues. Or you just use the 2 hours to sit and reminisce and talk about your lives. Have that time to slow down, and to give each other maximum attention. Just 2 hours. I don't think that's too much. I know what also is going to happen if you've had issues and you guys maybe were arguing and you disagreed on something, and these 2 hours are coming, you need to sit down and actually clean the air. Now, let me tell you the difference between these 2 hours and date night. Date night, you go out, you know, you have a specific date where you go. It's already communicated, whether it's on a Monday night or Friday night, Saturday night. That's a date night. And many times there's romance involved, you know, it ends in Mombasa Raha first class, maybe in some hotel somewhere. And if it's not in a hotel, it's at home. That's a date night. But these 2 hours of reconnecting can be done at home every day, all the time. It can be done, maybe you decide, you know, every Friday or this week, I'm picking you, use one car, I'm picking you up, I'm dropping you, and you can spend your 2 hours there. As long as you talk about so many other things, you might not be able to talk about them on a date night. Yeah, people keep complaining like, oh, I don't seem to have time to talk to my partner. I know somebody who's been trying to bring up an issue with their husband. This is like the 3rd month. At first, I thought she's not making an effort. If she really wanted to come to get into this program and she has to have the husband on board, then she should have found time. Then I realized, my goodness, they are both young, they're both starting up businesses, and they're both very, very busy. And they have 2 different cars. The only time they can spend this quality time is on Sunday. They have 2 kids who want their maximum attention on Sunday. As much as they're together on Sunday with the children the whole day, they wake up together, they go to church, they go for lunch, they come home, they lounge, they watch TV. That particular day does not allow for the 2 hours to happen. Because when you have your 2 hours, you should not have kids around. Because, I mean, they have their own agenda most of the time. So it doesn't happen on a date night. And it allows you, you know, to just have a recap of the whole week and all those things you wanted to talk to your spouse. It allows you to give you that. I know it might sound like wide wave and need that, things are getting done. If you're able to have this communication and to connect, you have snippets of time, you know, you can pick from here and there and you're able to reconnect, it's okay. But there's some people who have to be very intentional, and I'm talking to those people. All you have to do is set aside 2 hours and communicate to your partner that within these 2 hours, every week, let's have this time. Sometimes I call it a me time, then maybe you can call it a we time. Let's have our we time. 2 hours, just once a week. And you watch how much your relationship changes. How much you're gonna have stronger connection. And before you realize, your bedroom matters are easier. Even your fights, as much as you disagree, your fights, it's not as bad as it used to be, because once you connect and you take your relationship to a certain level in your marriage, you will not want to hurt your partner. I've seen over and over again, spouses go out of their way to hurt the other person simply because they feel nothing. After all, yes, you're my husband, you're my wife. You know, we relate in a different way. You know, we disconnected at some point, we don't even know we have disconnected. We don't even have time to sit down and just gaze at each other's eyes. Like I said, it's not a sexual thing, because sex makes things easy and you have like an end. Once it's done, you move on. Even your mind moves on. But this is something which is going to help you slow down. Look at your partner in a different way, in a different angle, and feel him. You should know what is going through in his office. He should know what you're going through in your businesses or office, whatever it is you're handling. You should know what is happening in his family from his own mouth, from his own lips, and how it's affecting him. You can't do that on a date night. You can't do that when you have busy lives. But if you give yourself the 2 hours, just 120 minutes in a week, it's going to change your life. My name is Getrude Mungai. I'm a lifestyle designer on sex and relationships. And this is Marriage is a Scam with a Cherry on top. Please subscribe, follow, like. I would really, really love to hear from you. Leave a comment, drop a comment, and don't forget to watch all the other episodes you haven't watched. Asante sana na Mungu awabariki.